Hello, welcome to my new tutorial series in mathematics. I will divide this series into different sections. In this section, I will teach you how to doing the calculus for beginners. Each lesson will be divided into two versions. One version is in English, just like this, and the other lesson will be in Cantonese, in Chinese. The first lesson will be in English. If you want to watch the Cantonese, please watch the next lesson. Then in here, I have all the video of my YouTube, about 200 and something videos. You can visit this website. The website is a shortened form of the long website. 好啦，歡迎大家翻返嚟我 YouTube 新嘅一個數學系列嘅 videos 咯。喺呢個 video 裏邊啦，我將會分成好多個數學嘅主題啦。咁其中一個主題啦，今次呢一個主題啦，將會係 calculus 呢個主題嘅。咁就 for beginners， 即係微積分嘅一個初階。而每一個課文我將會有英文版啦，同埋廣東話版嘅。咁呢一課咧就將會用英文版教授。咁廣東話版啦，將會喺下一節嘅出現。咁如果你想睇晒我所有嘅 YouTube 嘅頻道嘅話咧，你亦都可以去以下呢個 website。咁以下呢個 website 啦，就係一個 shortened form， 一個較短嘅 website 嘅 form。真正嘅 website 好長嘅。我就將佢縮短咗，用嗰啲software 幫佢縮短咗，就擺咗下低俾大家去細心欣賞。In this course, we will contain the following topic: Introduction to Calculus, Lesson 2, the basic reviews of function and its graphics, the limit or the limitation of a function, the continuities of the function, and finally, the derivative and the integration of the function. 嗱，呢一課 Calculus for beginners 即係初階微積分嘅時候課程啦，包括有微積分嘅介紹啦，函數和其圖表達嘅方式啦，用一啲 graphic 去表達呢啲函數圖表去表達函數啦，函數嘅極限啦，我哋叫做 limitation 或者 limits 啦，函數嘅連續性我哋叫 continuity 或者 singularity of function 啦，微分啦同埋積分究竟係啲乜嘢嚟？咁喺呢個 introduction 嘅 course 咧就會講解到啦。當然啦。而家呢個 course 咧將會係以英文為主嘅。This course will be continuous in English Cantonese version in the other tutorials. The online website to help you to plot graph. Sometimes you have a function and then you want to plot a graph. You can go use your pencil and a graph paper and plot the graph. Or you can use an online website. This online website can provide you some method that you can plot the graph much easier. So you can copy this website. I press Ctrl+C to copy this website, and then I go to a website. Okay. You can paste the link here, and then press Enter. After a while, you can see this website. For example, if you want to plot the graph like this, you want to plot the function y equal to x minus 2 squared plus 3. So you put the function in this box. I swap back to the website. I put the function in this box. Put a bracket here, x minus 2, and then by the powers of 2. You use this symbol for the power sign, power of 2, and then plus 3, right? So you want this function, x minus 2 squared plus 3. You put it in here. You can see it's x minus 2 squared plus 3. And then press Enter. When you press Enter, you can draw a graph. The graph is plot of this function. So you can use this website to plot a graph much easier. In Lesson 1, Introduction to Calculus, you may need to prepare the following things. A lot of blank paper that you can do the math in a piece of paper, rather than using the computer. Trust me, use a piece of paper and by your handwriting to do the mathematics, you will remember the mathematics and you will understand the mathematics more deeply than you are using a computer to do the mathematics for you. And you need some piece of graph paper. Sometimes you have to draw a graph to plot the graph of the function. Use the paper, a graph paper to draw the graph. Let's use the computers, do more things in the paper, and you get to memorize all the things more easier. Pens in at least 2 colors. You have a red pen, a blue pen, or a black pen, so you can plot the graph, different function in a piece of graph paper. You can see the difference, and also what we call the solution or the intersect point of the two graphs. And optionally, you have to get a cup of coffee in case you are very sleepy. Now I'm teaching you how to plot a graph of a function. Let's say if you got a function f of x equal to x plus 3. This is a function f of x equal to x plus 3. And then you use a piece of paper a ruler to draw something like this. And then you mark down this, the y-axis and the x-axis. The y is a function of x. Okay, and then you mark down the marking 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one is 0. And this one is -1, -2, -3, and -4. -3 and -4. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4 in the y-axis. 1, 2, 3, 4 in the negative direction as well. So we don't need the negative direction in this case. So I just give this marking, and then you draw a table. Draw a table like that. Put this one is x, and this one is y. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then to put the values of x equal to -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, if x equal to -3, you put -3 into this x. So -3 plus 3 is equal to 0. -2 plus 3 is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. Okay, and then you just get 2 points. I like these 2 points. The point is -3, 0, -3, 0, this point. Okay, and then the other point is 0, -3. Sorry, 0 and 3, 0 and 3, this point. Okay, because this is a linear equation, this is what we call is a linear equation or a linear function. So we draw a linear. Linear is a straight line. Draw a straight like this. Okay, and this straight line is equal to f of x equal to x plus 3. Okay, in a piece of paper, you can do all of this. Okay, in a piece of paper. And then you can plot the graph. And also, you can use a piece of graph paper, what we call a graph paper. Let's see. If we got a graph paper like this, we have the function of x equal to x plus 3. And then a graph paper, because we in a graph paper, you have all the marking. So you can draw 2 straight lines, the coordinate system. Just right hand, and then 0, this 3 marking is 1, 2, 3, 4. And this -1, -2, -3, and -4. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. This is the fx. This one is x. Okay, and then you do the marking in the table, the last table, this table, okay, and then put the value in this table. This one is -3, 0, and 0, 3. Also draw a straight line. With the help of the graph paper, the straight line will be more exactly what you want. It's a straight line. And then this is the function of x equal to x plus 3. This is how you draw a graph. So you can use a graph paper, a piece of paper, and then the table like this to plot the graph like this. Or you can also using the online software or the online website to help you to plot the graph. But of course, I recommend you to use a graph paper and do the math yourself so you can remember and to understand thoroughly how to plot a graph of a function. So now we go back to the first lesson of Introduction to Calculus. Anyway, we continue with our tutorials, Calculus for Beginner. We will go through each topic one by one. For this lesson, we will go through this topic, Introduction to Calculus. Okay, so what is calculus? You may ask, what is calculus? What is that? You may find that the calculus is a very different from much of the mathematics that you have learned so far. Okay, why is that? What is calculus? In here, because calculus is a mathematics that deals with the changes. If something is not changes, you don't need calculus. So I will give you this example. If you have to drive a car, or if you drive a car that goes exactly 36 kilometers per hour, That means 10 meters per second. For 3 hours, 10,800 seconds. If you want to find out the distance that you have traveled, it is easy. Just use the 36 kilometers per hour multiplied by 3 hours and you get 108 kilometers. Or you can do it in the second. 10 meters per second times 10,800 seconds, you got 108,000 meters. That's equal to 108 kilometers. It's nice and easy, right? But this is not changes, because from the beginning of your journeys to the end of your journeys, you're using the same speed, 36 kilometers per hour. So it's nothing changed. So the above question is not calculus at all. Another example is that if you encounter a traffic jam after the first hour, that means in the first hour you travel 36 kilometers per hour, and after that encounter a traffic jam, then you are forced to drive slower, even slower than you go by bike. Now your speed is only 3 kilometers per hour for another hours. That means the second hour, the speed of your car is only 3 kilometers per hour. After that, you drive at a speed of 72 kilometers per hour. That means from the end of the second hour to the beginning of the 3 hours, you drive at 72 kilometers per hour. So now, after 3 hours of driving, what is the distance, what is the displacement of your car or of your journeys? In this case, the speed of your car is changing from time to time. So you need calculus. If you want to answer the above question, the changing is happening in this question, you then need calculus. I'll give you another example of calculus. If you have a balloon, the volume of the balloon, the volume of the ball, assume that the shape of the balloon is nearly is similar to a speed. But of course, it's not true, right? You know that. Then we have the following equation for the volume in terms of R, where R is the radius of the ball, of the balloon. The volume equal to 4 over 3 pi r cube. If the balloon is shrinking with time go by, so what will be the changing of its radius with time go by? We will have to use the following derivative equation. It's very complicated, right? That is why you have to learn calculus to solve this kinds of problem. And in the calculus, there are many tools in the calculus. The most powerful tools of calculus are as follows. It's the limit of the function, derivative of the function, and the integration of the function. But of course, there are many other tools as well. But these three tools is very important in calculus. So you have to pay attention when you learn how to do the limit, how to do the derivative, and how to do the integration. So what is limit? Limits describe the characteristic of a function when the independent variable x of the function approach values. Derivative describing the changes of a function, and the integration give us the area underneath of a function. Usually it's a curve function. So after this introduction, you may realize that calculus can be very difficult. So please be patient. We will walk you through all of this in this series of tutorials. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Muchas gracias. Hasta luego. 再見。下一次將會係以中文、廣東話去讀俾大家聽嘅。